my name's Kerry Edwards, lodge manager for 14 months since it's opened. Lodge managing, quite a lot of different things to do. Not only just do I do and manage the site areas, you know, so gardeners, window cleaners, you know, that kind of thing. I wouldn't say manage residents, but I'm what we call a friend, a buddy to the residents, you know, basically. And their go-to if they need advice, help. You know, say for instance, a lot of them trouble setting up their internet, say for instance. You know, I'm quite happy to go into their apartments, help do that. Others have trouble trying to sign up to, say, gas and electric providers. You know, we'll sit and go through that step by step. So it's just a varied sort of thing. Like I say, it's not just managing the lodge, it's helping the residents as well. Day-to-day role would involve what we call a building walk. That's external and internal. So in the morning I'll come in before I sign in. I take a walk outside, make sure all the areas are clean, make sure there's nothing blown off the roofs, you know, the fences are still up, that kind of thing. And then when I come in, I will sign in. Then I'll do an internal building walk. That's just to make sure everything's secure, so all the fire doors are still closed, you know, no windows have been left open, doors are all secure and shut that should be. And there's no obstructions in the hallways, you know, for fire purposes. So that's what I do on a daily basis in the morning. And then I normally have a diary with a list of jobs that I've got for that day, say maintenance visits and things like that. One of the residents made a really good point once to me, and I've always sort of like remembered this point, and she said to me, sometimes in the winter months, you know, when it's cold and it's icy and it's windy, they can't go out. They're too frightened to go out in case they fall or they slip, and they tend not to see anybody. And 24 hours in a day is a long time, and then, you know, it can be 3-4 days out of that week that they've not seen anybody. But here, they don't actually have to go out. You know, they can come to the lounge. Some of them will bring a bottle of wine and a few nibbles, and somebody else will join them, and then it becomes a bit of a, you know, they're great, you know, they should be living the best life, and that's exactly what I want them to do, you know. No worries, no stresses, none of that. They just come here to actually have fun, you know, and that's what they're doing. The majority of them are, definitely. I think people do have a misconception about these places, and they do tend to write it off without actually looking. The wow factor, I think, initially walking in is the lounge. They realise that it's not like an old people's waiting room. It looks more like a hotel lounge. And they go, oh wow, you know, that's the initial. And then once they move in, they realise that it is a community lifestyle, it is getting together, but they've got that option to shut their front door, you know, and have their own peace and quiet, you know, and their own surroundings and their own personal things. And, you know, they don't have to have anybody in there constantly. It's not like a nursing home where people would be coming in, touching their things, and it's their home. It belongs to them. Nobody has to get involved. They shut the door, that's it. They want to come and, you know, speak to people, have a natter, have a coffee, have a wine, get together and watch Strictly Come Dancing on a weekend. They can do that, you know, it's great. I do events on request as well, so, you know, somebody has wanted a Chinese New Year, so we decorated all the lounge, you know, with Chinese decorations, got Chinese takeaway in. We do fish and chip suppers. We've done Christmas parties with grazing tables. We've done sangria afternoons. We've got an event planned for PIMS and a barbers quartet during the summer months. So yeah, it's just one long party at Royals Lodge. Living at somewhere like this absolutely does, you know, it makes a huge difference to people's lives. It takes all the stress of, you know, running a home day to day, not having to worry about a fence panel blowing down or a roof tile coming off. You know, that's not their problem anymore. That's the lodge manager's problem. They actually, it seems like a weight gets lifted off the shoulders. You know, when they move here, you can see sort of the tension when they first move in, and then months down the line, they seem to have relaxed a lot more, and, you know, smiling a lot more and doing a lot more things for themselves rather than, you know, the day-to-day routine chores of running a house, basically. I'd absolutely encourage family members to come along and view as well. obviously we want them to have peace of mind that, you know, their family members are going to be happy in somewhere like this. But personally, hand on heart, I can honestly say that the majority of the family members that have come along with them have had no doubts whatsoever this would be the best place for them. It gives them peace of mind. They know they're taken care of 24/7 by an outside service, especially if families live quite far away and they're not able to be on the doorstep and get here. You know, they've got a press of a button. They know somebody's going to be there. If I'm on site, it'll be me. If it's not me on site, it'll be an outside service that'll always respond. That gives everybody peace of mind, you know, for their parents. But just knowing that they've got the company, you know, the support system, you know, that all helps with their family members being happy. And I think definitely, once you come along, you know, all my residents, their family members think that it's the best thing that they've done. And they see that their parents are happy, or their family members are happy as well. And that's the great thing about it, because that's what you want. You want your family members to be happy.